Oh, hello. I'm Dr. James Latten from the music department here at Juniata College with my 1950s era transistor radio and portable miniature record player that I could take to the beach with a stack of records and play. And we're here today to talk about technical innovations capturing and disseminating popular music during the time of Juniata College. I do want to thank TEDx and Juniata for allowing me to speak today. We're going to take a brief look at what these technical innovations are and what students here at Juniata might have witnessed in the past 150 years. So prior to the 1870s, there was really no way to experience music other than to A, be the singer or the player. Now raise your hand if that would have been you, the singer or the player. Or to be near somebody that was singing or playing, but not doing it yourself. How many would have been? I see more hands there. Or to use something called audiation, which is the mind's ear, and that is to imagine the music going on. And we're going to try that right now. So imagine, without the sounds being physically present, happy birthday. Okay, can you hear that? That's our mind's ear. That's audiation, and that's a whole different TED Talk, but it is a great way of working to become a much stronger musician. So, coinciding with the founding of Juniata in 1876, people such as Thomas Edison and others were working on audio capturing, audio reproduction ideas, and those early experiments must have absolutely been thought of as a trick. It's magic. This possibly cannot be happening. We see that with technology today. For me, it was the fax machine in the late 80s and early 90s. I just couldn't fathom how you'd put a piece of paper in here and in another office somewhere that info would show up. And that was really wild at the time. So what was going on in the 1870s? Basically, crystal radios, cat whisker radios. Braun, 1874, found through research that you could shoot a signal in one direction through a crystal, which eventually led to radio as we know it. And this, of course, must be the reason, it has to be the reason that a certain boy band became popular in future years. Just absolutely no doubt. So we won't dwell on this next slide, but there are, of course, tech innovations that we've all experienced, and we're going to have shows of hands again in just a minute. Such as radio stations, 1920s onward, and the first such commercial station, KDKA in Pittsburgh. Television, 1948 on. And now let's see, raise your hand if you own one of these as of today. A 33 1/3 RPM record, long play record, okay, come out in the 1940s. 45 RPM singles, okay, I see a few hands for that. Reel-to-reel tapes. We'll see a picture of one in a moment. I see a couple hands. That's wonderful. 8-track tapes. Now, notice that each of these components is getting smaller as we go. So 8-track tapes, there's tens of thousands available on auction sites online. Cassette tapes. Anybody? Cassette tapes? Lots of hands. All right. And then CDs from 1986 on, coming up on the 40th anniversary. I was the cat's meow as a new teacher in 1986-87 when I came in my classroom with CDs. And students wanted to take my class because of that. We have Napster in purple because it was illegal. And then Pandora, music downloads, and streaming coming after that. We're going to focus today on 3 of the tech innovations which shaped everything from students at Juniata College through the market as well. And the first one is coming on here. This is now these squeaks are authentic to the 1880s. We've brought these squeaks in. And so we have the Edison wax cylinder player. This is authentic, not a knockoff. This is from the 1880s. And the earliest things were cylindrical like this, with the grooves going this way and and it still works. So for the people that were getting started, this was absolutely a wonderful thing. And for others, they would break. They were pretty fragile. Just as AI creates some worries today, there were worries after something like this came out. John Philip Sousa, the American composer and the March King. I'm going to focus on the bottom quote here that really spoke to me. When a mother can turn on a phonograph with the same ease that she applies to the electric light, will she croon her baby to slumber with sweet melodies, or, and I love the choice of words, or will the infant be put to sleep by machinery? That's quite a quote from our famous March King, and is very valid. So now on to the 20th century. Prior to being able to tape something, and I don't even know if the newer students, younger folks, use that term anymore, taping something, but prior to be able to tape something at home, those who could afford one in the 1940s would have one of these. This is a record maker that you would have at home from the 1940s before Mylar tape was invented. You would buy blank discs and record your family singing or talking or such. And this is quite a relic. It's not only got a radio, but you could record yourself and play back. Not necessarily all that common. You may have seen pictures of that first item, but not this one. With the invention of the transistor in the 1950s, portability, miniaturization became really the battle cry in the industry. 33 RPM records going to 45, and 8 tracks going to cassettes, going to micro cassettes. But, say it with me, miniaturization can only go so far. We have our third table here. Can you see anything on the table? We have the iPod Shuffle. Just a mite smaller than the things you've seen so far. How many had one of these? Okay. Before these was the iPod, which actually had a screen, but then they decided, we don't need the screen, let's go with this. And so you recorded your music onto this, and with a headphone, played it like that. Perhaps miniaturization had kind of gone too far with those. So to close, let's brainstorm. We all thought that Sears would last forever, and other companies and other stores we go to, everything has a time span. So after smartphones' music capabilities and such are gone, after Spotify is in the past, and perhaps even after wind instruments are obsolete, where do we go next? This is about a minute of audience participation. What happens next? What do you think is going to be happening with music tech innovations in the future? Any questions? Any thoughts?
AI.
I was waiting for somebody to say AI, and I very much think that we have a situation with lots of potential for good, which could be captured by forces for evil. And in music, that might turn into such things as, well, I said I wrote this, even though AI wrote it for me, this composition, this arrangement, or something like that. So guess it remains to be seen what will be next. I suppose that instead of having to actually pull it out of your pocket, you'll imagine it. It'll be a hologram. You'll touch it right here, and the music will play without a chord. That's just me. I don't know. Thank you very much.